So, again, as I said, if Alito were to write the ruling of this, whether or not Trump has the ability to pardon himself or not, he would basically just read the Constitution and say that the president has the power to pardon on all matters except for impeachment. So therefore, because he's not being impeached, therefore he can pardon himself. So that's why I believe that the activist conservative Supreme Court would rule that President Trump would have the power to pardon himself. Now, even if they didn't say that he had the power to pardon himself, and they ruled against him magically and said, no, you don't have the power to pardon yourself, this pardon is not allowed, therefore the trials will have to go on as scheduled if he won the office, he could then just resign. And if he resigned, then guess what? His vice president could then pardon him for all of his crimes. And then what could his vice president do? His vice president then could name Donald Trump, I think, to be president. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I don't know if that would work with the being elected. I don't know if that would work being elected another time. There's because he's not being elected another time, but he's just being appointed at this point. And then so I think that would work technically under the rules. And then the vice president could resign, Donald Trump would become president, and then Donald Trump could reappoint his former vice president back to being vice president again. And then you'd just be playing musical chairs, all to get around the ridiculous rules, or all to play his ridiculous games. He would just play musical chairs, all to get around the rules, because it's all a game to him. So you would just hear yakety sax in the background as he plays games with the U.S. government. And that's why one of the many reasons it's important to make sure that Donald Trump never gets back in the office of the presidency again, because he will just make a mockery, even more of a mockery of the office than he did before.